In 2019, negotiations between the Taliban and the United States began in an attempt to end the 17-year-long war in Afghanistan. The Taliban, Pashto, translit, Taliban, lit. Students, are a Sunni Islamic organization that operates in Afghanistan. It also refers to itself as Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan. The Taliban emerged in 1994, taking advantage of the power vacuum that was left following the aftermath of the Afghan civil war, mapping militant organizations. The group was mainly composed of students who had fought in the Soviet-Afghan War under the leadership of Mohammed Omar. It is reported Al-Qaeda were granted sanctuary on the condition that it does not antagonize the United States, but Osama bin Laden reneged on the agreement in 1998 when he orchestrated bombings of U.S. embassies in East Africa. The episode was indicative of tensions that emerged between the two groups, analysts say. The Taliban was fundamentally parochial while Al-Qaeda had its sights set on global jihad. The U.S. after the September 11 attacks made a request to the Taliban leadership under the presidency of George W. Bush to hand over Osama bin Laden, who was the prime suspect of the bombing. The Taliban refused to hand over Osama bin Laden to the U.S. government, demanding enough evidence of his participation in the attacks. The U.S. with its NATO allies launched the invasion codenamed Operation Enduring Freedom on October 7, 2001. The U.S. and its allies rapidly drove the Taliban from power by the 17th of December 2001, and built military bases near major cities across the country. International Security Assistance Force, ISAF, was later created by the United Nations Security Council to train Afghan national security forces to oversee military operations in the country so as to prevent any resurgence of the Taliban group. The Taliban has launched numerous attacks on the Afghan forces, government facilities and any organization that they believe are in alliance with the U.S. The U.S. has been on the ground and directly involved in the 17-year-old war that analysts have described as stalemate. Ending the 17-year conflict has eluded former U.S. presidents, and Donald Trump has said that he considers the war too costly. The Afghan Taliban announced in December 2018 that they will meet with American negotiators in the United Arab Emirates to find a peaceful solution to the 17-year armed insurgency in Afghanistan. They had previously stated they would not negotiate with the government of Afghanistan, who they considered a puppet government. On February 25, 2019, peace talks began between the Taliban and the United States in Qatar. Taliban co-founder Abdul Ghani Baradar is notably present. U.S. Special Envoy Zalmay Khalilzad reported that this round of negotiations were more productive than they have been in the past, and that a draft version of a peace agreement had been agreed upon. The deal involved the withdrawal of U.S. and international troops from Afghanistan and the Taliban not allowing other jihadist groups to operate within the country. The Taliban also reported that progress was being made in the negotiations.